The transfer window is almost over. We lost a player I wanted to keep, but I'm not too upset about that because we had a very surprising result against a very good team that by all rights we should have lost to. My name is FM19, and this is the Return of Gloria with SC Bastia, episode 28. Now, we're going to start here. This is Maxence Pierre. He came in last youth intake as a 14-year-old. He is a striker. 2-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. Only 15 years old. He's improving by, I don't want to say leaps and bounds, but he is definitely improving. And teams started making offers for him as soon as the January transfer window opened. And they were lowballing me. You know, 50,000 euros here, 60,000 euros there. Nope. He wants to talk to other teams. He says he's happy to talk to other teams, but he's also happy to stay here. I've rejected every single offer. And, you know, when Angers, who initially started out bidding 75,000 euros for him, is now up to 250,000 euros with incentives, that tells me I have got somebody good on my hands. And I think he is good. I mean, he's already 2-star current ability at 15 years old. He's definitely here for the long term. He's here on a 3-year youngster contract, plus I want to say an additional contract extension by me. So he's here for the long haul, as long as I can help it. Who's not here for the long haul? Jean-Paul Gresh-Angelini. And it's the most head-shakingly odd thing I have ever seen in all my years, all 3 of them, playing Football Manager. He is a product of one of my first youth intakes. Defensive center back, 4-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, very good young defensive center back. I still think Hugo Mariano is going to be slightly better than him, just based on a couple of physical and technical traits, but I wanted to keep him long term. Rennes came in, made an offer for him. I said no, and he got upset. And I said, what'll it take to get you to stay? Now, I'm willing to overpay to keep him here, with the proviso that anything over 4,000 euros I pay him, Vincent Bezecourt's also going to get, because Bezecourt has that match highest earner clause. So that's something I was willing to risk, because I don't think Bezecourt's going to be here past this year. And this is what he said. I couldn't make this up if I tried. I told him, we have a good group of young players here, of which you are one. They all have potential. I've had some very good youth intakes. They're all turning out to be very good players. Now, they may not all be League One players, at least full-time starter League One players, but they're good. They're going to be good League Two players, and we've got a strong team waiting on the bench. So I said, hey, wait for some of the youngsters to develop. You will be pleasantly surprised. This is what he said. With all due respect, I can't leave my career in the hands of kids. They might be talented, but I can't wait for them to catch up. I want to leave, and that's final. He's 17. Unfrickin' real. So I swallowed my pride. I put him out there. Rennes came in with the best offer, 300,000 euros flat. Plus, I think we got a 50% sell-on clause, or at least 40%. All the offers I've made at least 40 or 50%. I think Rennes was one of the ones who was 50%. It was frustrating. Tony Tropiano came to me, said he wanted more playing time. I said, okay, sure. AS Marsa picked him up for 3.1k in euros. I'm still kind of miffed over the Gresh-Angelini thing, but that's the way it happens. It was my big fear. We're not going to be able to hold on to all of our youth players the way I want to. So he left. Ilya Gelnazay, Enzo, and Bogdan Zekovic, who was agitating for a move but then wouldn't sign with anybody when I offered him out, are all out on loans. Schedule-wise, we've done really, really well, including a result I'm still having a hard time believing. We last saw each other at the 6-2 thrashing of Red Star in their place. And then we had the French Cup 8th round game against Stade Bordelais. They are a team in the National 3. We shut them out 3-0. Anton Knezovic, a 21st minute goal. Diallo and Rafael Almeida, both with goals. We were then home to Sochaux. And they absolutely thumped us. And this was a trap game. I knew it. It was a trap game. Patrick Vieira was their head coach and got fired literally 5 days before. And they brought in a new guy who talked me up and all about his admiration of me and what I was doing with the team. And I thought, okay, cool. And we laid an egg. I mean, well, okay, we laid it. Now we sucked. 5-1. It was horrible. And then we played Tours away, and we lost that 1-0. That was a pretty hard-fought game. Tours wasn't in the best form when we played them. And we were pretty even, at least stats-wise. We could not put anything together. Even after they lost two of their better players to injuries, we just couldn't break through their 4-4-2. It was annoying as heck. Frank was offsides a lot this game. That seems to be the thing. He gets caught by the offside trap too much. And then when I looked at the schedule last time, I completely forgot that we were going to have a French Cup game in early January. And it happened last year too, and that's when we got thumped by Marseille. When it popped up again, it was OGC Nice, and I decided not to live comment because OGC Nice is currently 6th in Ligue 1. And I thought, why on earth do I want to get ripped a new one by the 6th best team in Ligue 1? They've got some very good players. And we ended up winning 1-0 in front of 19,847 fans in Nice, thanks to an Ante Knezovic goal that I'm still trying to figure out. Nice had 32 shots, 14 on target, and a missed penalty kick by Danilo. But let me show you this goal here. Sorry, had to switch a couple of things up here really quick. It is a penalty kick from just outside the box. Almeida is our penalty kick taker. He kicks it, it bounces off the wall, right to Knezovic, who literally just sticks a foot up in desperation, and it goes past the keeper. Now, our player of the match this match was Florian Adriani with an 8.1. By all rights, it should have been the woodwork, because Nice hit it 4 times. We got really, really lucky. I think it's odd. Of the 32 shots and 14 they had on target, they only had 3 clear-cut chances. They hit the woodwork more than they had clear-cut chances. I don't know that this is a mugging per se, but it was completely unexpected. We then had a friendly against the Juve under-23s. We drew with them 2-2. Not a bad crowd, all things considered. We were then away at Le Mans, and we shut them out 3-0. Sofiane Boris-Bell, a brace of goals, Istria a goal. We were then home against Strasbourg, who are currently 5th in League 2. This was a game all the pundits expected us to lose, and we drew with them 0-0. Where does that leave us? Well, we are currently in 8th place, and today we are playing Auxerre, who are, well, essentially tied for 2nd. So, I'm going to set the best 11. We're going to check the reserves as well. I've got a couple players out thanks to 3 yellow cards in 10 matches. Then again, it wouldn't be a bossy team if we weren't dealing with that at this point in the season. And we're going to come back with a match against Auxerre in just a bit. And like a numpty, I realized I talked about the guys going out. I didn't talk about the couple guys I brought in. I know I talked about Tommaso Polo. Next in, Giorgio Alteri. With Jean-Paul Grescia-Angelini leaving, I needed some backup on the defensive line, and he was the best available out there on a free. 23 years old, 3-star current ability, 4-star potential ability, really good physicals, nice mentals. I love the 16 determination. The only place he's really lacking mentally is the flair and the vision and the off the ball, but frankly, he's a defensive center back. He's a very good central defender, so he will definitely get playing time. The technicals, they're not bad. The tackling's a bit on the low side. I'm hoping I can train that up. But, he's 23 years old. He will definitely get some playing time. I had a nice rotation going between Mariano Almeida and Grescia-Angelini. He will step right in and take Grescia-Angelini's role. Next in, Antoine Bernade, who I frankly just could not pass up. He was available on a free as a central midfielder. And at 22 years old, 4-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability. He plays 1-2s, he doesn't dive into tackles. He's already better than a lot of my youngsters, including some who are never going to be as good as he is. Came in at a very reasonable salary, 2.5 thousand euros a week. Pretty decent physicals. Okay mentals, the bravery is lacking. I'll be the first to admit that. But, I think he makes up for it with some of his technicals. He's good at corners, good at dribbling, nice first touch, good marking, good passing, good technique. The tackling's a bit lacking. He's good in those non-defensive central midfielder roles. The Mazzala, roaming playmaker, advanced playmaker, but he's also a capable box-to-box midfielder, deep-lying playmaker, and he's a very good central midfielder on the attack. So he's going to step in the rotation. Parent is my primary midfielder, but I'm also switching back to that 4-3-3 with the defensive midfielder every so often, and he will definitely get starts there. But I think he was a good pickup, especially for the price. He actually comes to us from the Paris Saint-Germain youth team. And frankly, if he couldn't make it there, that gives me pause as to how strong their squad really, really is right now, because the reserves didn't like him. Anyhow, off to Auxerre. I completely forgot about this. Frank was caught offside. Frank was called offsides twice in the last game against Strasbourg. And I completely pitched a fit. And as a result, I've got a sideline match ban. So I am not coaching this. And I can tell I'm not coaching this because there is no way I would start Polo at advanced midfielder on the left. So we're going to see how Wim Wicker, I want to say that's his name, my assistant manager does. And I have this on the 2D, or I have this on the 3D because of... Sorry, I had it on the 2D, so I've got to... I had it on the 3D, so let me switch it to the 2D here. So I get to sit back and commentate. This could be interesting. Roy, back to Boucher. Sends it forward. Nemeth is there. Taps it over to Walter. Over to Lefevre on the left. Almost loses it, but he's shadowed. Crosses it in. Altair knocks it to Bernade, who is kind of slumming it around in the box. That was dangerous. Sasha sends it up towards Frank, but it's too hard. Gabriel instead heads it down right to Frank. Holds it up. Sends it out to Istria on the right. Istria holds it up. Sends it to Parent. Back to Sasha, who's overlapping. He crosses it in. Frank is there, but can't get to it. Is that a foul? It is. Frank was shoved. He's going to get his revenge with a penalty kick right here. Come on, Frank. And Boucher blocks it. Jeez. Martins sends it up into space. He has had the worst luck the past few games. Adriani. Out to Brigado. Up to Polo. To Frank. Over to Parent. To Istria. To Sasha on the right. He crosses it. He tries crossing it in. Bounces it off a Auxerre player. Lefevre has it. Sends it up to Roy. Drives left. And he's fouled. Tripped by Bernade. Son of a gun. Come on, Florian. Mother. Nah, don't really need to see it. Thank you. Yeah, for the most part, my manager set the team up the way I would have. I wouldn't start Polo on the left. He's purely off the bench player right now. Or if he does start, he starts on the right because that's where he's strongest. Walter driving forward, bounces it off a player, Boston player. I don't know my players' own names. That's sad. Florian with a nice catch in the crowd. Kicks it out, kicks it long. Konate has it for Auxerre. Back to Gabriel, to Konate, to Gabriel. They're playing keep away essentially at the moment. Up to Roy, to Lefevre on the left. Long pass to Guerin over on the right. He drives towards the center. To Roy, top of the box. And he curls his shot, but is wide left. Wide right, rather. Wide right. And 3 yellow cards. 2 of them in the space of 2 minutes. Okay. Coming up on halftime. Auxerre, 7 shots, 1 on target to our 4 shots, 2 on target. They've had a slight possession advantage. And they managed to hit their penalty kicks where Frank couldn't. This has been interesting. Lefevre bounces it off a Basti player up to Walter. And the highlight ends. Okay. Guerin driving forward. Loses the ball, but Nemeth gets there. Nuts. And Adriani comes up to challenge, and Nemeth is forced to rush his shot and pushes it wide left. Corner kick in for Auxerre. Walter. Adriani with the catch. Well done. I've got the players' numbers down there. It's just I have a hard time matching him. Almeida up to Parent, who's in front of the box. Istria. Back to Parent, out to Sasha, who's all alone on the right. Crosses it in. Frank is there. Off the post. Crossbar, rather. That ball got really big. Bjornback with a free kick to Guerin. Over to Roy, to Konate. Back to Roy, to Guerin. To Roy. Got a player all alone on the right there. Brigado intercepts that pass. Almeida or Adriani rather, sends it up. Curls out to Konate, though. Konate, up to Lefevre. Shadowed, but Konate gets it back. Konate to Konate. I didn't realize there were two of them. Makes it easy. Roy, up to Nemeth. To Guerin. To Martins, drives forward. Adriani, nice block. Corner kick. They're not really challenging the corners. And I say that and they score. I think the French word for karma is karma. I had to open my big mouth and say something. See, this is how I would have started it. Polo at defensive right back, Diallo there at advanced midfielder on the left. 10 minutes left. Come on, boys. Roy to Dialby. Back to Roy. Over to Konate. Cuts through the crowd. Altair knocks it away. Bjornbach's going to run it down for Auxerre. Centers it to Gabriel, who holds it up. Out to Konate on the left. To Diaby. Back to Konate. He's going to try and cross it in. Now he taps it over to Roy instead. Roy drives across the top of the box to Edioti, and that is the game. I don't know what's worse, Frank missing the penalty kick or the fact that I said, hey, they don't look really offensive on the set pieces, and the guy heads it in. Like, while I'm talking about how they're not really attacking. That was frustrating. That was really, really frustrating. I totally forgot about the sideline ban. Part of me says I should have started the game and stood off over there so you couldn't see me, but that wouldn't make for the best viewing, I would think. I could be wrong. We'll try that next time, see what happens. Now the good news, Frank has vowed to end his goal drought. The bad news is he couldn't do it in this game as Auxerre coast past La SCB. We have been playing above all expectations so far. Everybody's expectations except mine. Training, Tom Blanchard. Fabulous. Diaco Fofana, I kind of expected that. He's lost his starting position. He's been having a grump. I'm really kind of miffed about this. That was way up there at one point in time. Now it's back down again. Training-wise, I wanted to show this real quick. This is probably going to change. As a matter of fact, I'm fairly sure the stuff the week of the Estac Troyes game will change. This is pretty much what I've been doing for scheduling. There's 2 rest sessions a week, sometimes 3, depending on when the game is. We focus on 1 goal keeping duty a week, set pieces a week, and then depending on who's coming up, I'll tailor the training to work on that. As we're a control possession team, that's what I like to play. That's what most of my training is. I will go in and tweak some of that. As an example, this wasn't attacking patient until I changed it. Reims is a very good team, so that's why we're doing defense that week. I added in the one-on-ones and the attacking corners. After every game, I also do a match review, just because I think it helps. One of the things, tactical familiarity, mentality passing, things like that. Team cohesion is increased. It's never a bad thing. Even if it's incremental over the course of a season, it's worth it. Currently, we're in 8th place, 1 point ahead of Clermont. Our 36 goals are 3rd highest, our 30 goals are 12th best, our 49 yellow cards, 4th highest. We've had the 1 red card too. Our attendance is slowly creeping up as well. We're getting close to the 6,000 average mark. Despite being on a goal-scoring drought, Frank still leads us with 9 goals. Jean-Marc Parent has a 7.15 rating. Frank has 6 assists. That's why he's always the starter on the left side there. Transfer window's almost over. I don't think we're going to be making any more moves unless somebody just comes in and absolutely wows us with an offer. We're playing Bourgogne-Jallieu in the French Cup 10th round. Anyhow, as I was saying, Bourgogne is a National 3 team. I don't think we're going to have any issues with them. I think what we are going to do is come back for the Reims game. Reims? Help me out here. I'm sorry. Reims, as they are currently 4th in the league, and it'll be a good game for us. So, Frank. Me and my big mouth on that set piece too. You knew, I swear, sometimes the game listens to you and just has this karma subroutine that says, hey, this person said this, let's make that happen. I don't know. But That said, if you liked what you've seen or heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I will answer them as fast as I can. My name's FM19, and I thank you for watching The Return of Gloria with SC Bastia, episode 28.